give everybody a trophy. That's what they did tonight. They gave a trophy, a win, a huge win, to Horn, the local kid, for trying hard. You're not supposed to get it for trying hard. You're supposed to get it for winning.
What's up, fight fans? It's kind of late right now. What's the time? Coming up to 11 o'clock here in Nigeria. It's hot as hell. I'm pretty tired. I've got a flight to catch tomorrow morning at like 4 a.m. so I should be in bed. But nonetheless, I couldn't help myself. I wanted to film. And firstly, thank you for everyone that subscribed to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And that little bell sign as well, so you can get regular updates when my videos are coming out, and it's regular. So even if you don't hit that bell, just keep checking the channel, because I'm not joking, I'm probably going to put out 2 or 3 videos every single day for like the next 10 years. Millions of videos. Alright, this video, Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. Nothing yet from Danny Garcia, or his very loud father. Nothing yet from them, which is surprising. But for Errol Spence, we've heard it clearly. He's happy not to take a hometown fight, which has been offered to him. He wants to fight Danny Garcia because, like himself, both of them don't have opponents. Which, to me, makes sense, right? 2 + 2 = 4. Not in the welterweight division. It seems to always be some sort of stumbling block. Every single time we think we're going to get this fantastic era of welterweights that are just going to slug it out against each other, there always seems to be a stumbling block. And there shouldn't be right now. 99% of the welterweights right now, minus Kell Brook, you can kind of discount Pacquiao and Bradley right now. 99% of them are Al Haymon fighters. That was a problem before, right? You couldn't get Al Haymon fighters to fight top-ranked fighters, to fight matchroom fighters, blah, blah, blah. All of them right now are Al Haymon fighters, so it should be easy to make these fights. As it has been a bit. Danny Garcia, Furman, Porter Furman, blah, blah, blah. So we're getting to a stage where we are starting to get the matchups, but this is a matchup I really want to see. Danny Garcia, Spence. Spence says he's happy to take the fight. I'm not going to say Danny Garcia is ducking Spence. I mean, a lot of people give Danny Garcia the cherry, that he's a cherry picker. I don't think I've ever seen someone's timeline flooded as much as Danny Garcia for cherry picking. I think recently he's called out Horn, which is quite embarrassing. But hey, if it's good enough for Pacquiao to fight, why can't Danny Garcia fight him? That's my argument for that one. Obviously, we know him for Rod Salka. Even Paulie Malignaggi, when he fought Paulie, it was like, come on, Danny, stop this. But we also got to give him credit for fights where he wasn't favourite. Lucas Matisse, Amir Khan, Keith Thurman. He has taken those kind of fights, and he's performed well in all of them, as far as I'm concerned. Beat Matisse when everyone had Matisse winning that fight. Beat Khan when I think 90% of people had Khan winning the fight. And was very, very close to beating Thurman. It was a split decision for Thurman. So he doesn't dodge the big names or the big fights. But will he dodge Spence? Spence seems to be the most avoided 147 fighter I can remember. Honestly, it's like he brings no money to the table and he's such a huge risk. But now he's got a title. But in the age where titles mean very little, I don't think many people are going to be chasing his IBF title. I just really don't think so. But he seems to have this air of invincibility surrounding him. We've all heard about the sparring wars. Broner got knocked down in sparring. I think we heard that. There was rumours about Floyd Mayweather's eye before the Andre Berta fight. The black eye that Floyd Mayweather had, that seemed to have come from Spence. No one's denied it. No one's also confessed it. So they'll stay as rumours. He beat up Sean Porter supposedly in sparring as well. So he seems to be this most avoided of fighters. And if Danny Garcia doesn't want to take the fight, there's only one man out there that I think would happily fight him and I think would happily cause him fits. That man is a retired Argentinian by the name of Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana is what we need back in the welterweight division. For me, right now, all I see is a bunch of so-and-sos that won't fight each other or need to be paid a huge amount of money for doing not so much. And what I mean by doing not so much is this. A lot of these fighters want Floyd money. Maybe not the hundreds of millions, but they want the 5s, the 10s, the 15s. And someone's got to tell them, you sell no pay-per-views, you don't promote yourself, not many people know who you are outside of the boxing world, and it's the casuals that bring in the big money in terms of, if you want big pay-per-views, you need the casuals to tune in. You don't fill arenas or stadiums, yet you want big money to take what I think are 50-50 fights against an opponent who is equally like that with you in terms of popularity and what he brings to the table. You want big money for those fights, and I just don't understand how you can want big money or how you think you deserve big money. I get it, these are tough fights, but you also need to understand the business behind boxing. You don't bring much to the table, some of these 147 fighters, you just don't. You're exciting, yes, but when you look at your numbers, whether it be, definitely at pay-per-view numbers, a lot of you ain't doing pay-per-views, just your numbers, your TV viewership numbers, they're not that great. So some of these guys have got to stop being, look, I'm all for boxers getting what they deserve, I am, because I think it's a tough sport. But I'm also all for it. It's in the title, all for what you deserve. And a lot of these boxers don't deserve big money because they don't bring big business to the table. If you start mixing up and start fighting each other a bit more, then I'm sure you will get the money. But for now, I don't know. I don't know if you deserve it. But can someone, anyone in the 147 division, please call out Errol Spence? Or does it take a Terence Crawford to have to step up to 147 to prove something to you guys? Because right now it's a bit boring. Talking to Terence Crawford, what do you guys think? Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, who wins that one? I'm going to put it on my Twitter feed now and see what people say. That's a bloody good fight at 147. Is Errol Spence just too big? Let's not forget, Terence Crawford's only recently come up from 135. Well, I say only recently, but can't be more than a year and a bit. So can he make that jump to 147 and make it quite comfortably and be physically as big? I remember I did see Terence Crawford with a picture of him and Floyd Mayweather, and he really did dwarf Mayweather. I mean, by at least 3 or 4 inches, so he's not small. But is he physically too small? He's quite wiry. Is he physically too small for the big boys of the 147 division? But what do you guys think about Danny Garcia, Errol Spence? Is that a fight you want to see? Is it a shame that we don't have the likes of Maidana who would openly fight anyone? And who of the 147 division do you really think causes Spence more problems than the other? Who is the one that really stands out that you think, yeah, that's a tough fight for Spence? For me, I think it's someone with hand speed. I think it's someone with decent foot movement. And I don't know if that person exists in the 147 division. I think Porter might cause him problems. But I think he's quite accurate with his punches, Spence, as we saw in the Brook fight. So I think he could just pick off Porter. Thurman, I don't think is a very good boxer, but again, Thurman's unbeaten, so he comes to the ring with that. Danny Garcia is a good shout. Amir Khan's a decent shout. Amir Khan's no gimme at 147, guys. He's no gimme. He's no gimme. I remember seeing Amir Khan in really good performances against Devin Alexandra and Luis Collazo. Yes, maybe not the top of the welterweight division, but he handled himself very, very well. And let's not forget the problems that Luis Collazo caused to Thurman, 3 fights ago. So it's interesting. I still would like to see Kell Brook versus Errol Spence in a rematch, personally. If Kell Brook can get his weight back down and stay at the weight comfortably, I think that was a very, very good fight. Up until round 8 or 9 when he started to gas, started to get caught. But what do you guys think? I want to know. Can Marcus Maidana come out of retirement? Who can beat Errol Spence? But more importantly, Crawford Spence, who wins? Peace.